Hello and welcome to Advanced Webinar number 2 for MISchoolData. Today we'll be talking about z-scores and the bottom 30% tools. Let's start off by talking about some assumptions. We're assuming that you have the basic use of the MISchoolData website down along with navigation. In addition, you've probably participated in the basic and advanced number 1 webinars. You should have login access to the MISchoolData website, and you should also have a fairly deep understanding of the FERPA and HIPAA laws and the compliance issues associated with these. And last but not least, this webinar includes basic statistics. And first of all, if you haven't already, we'll log into the MISchoolData website, and you'll notice under Dashboard and Accountability Scorecard, there's a top to bottom ranking up in the upper right hand corner. When we click on that, enter in your ISD, district, and school level information along with the school year, and then we'll click on View Results. Now when we call up a school report, we get a report that looks like this. Problem is, what does it mean? A z-score, you should know, is a statistical way to rank items. It's like a percentile, although when there's a central distribution, a lump or a bell curve, you see that percentiles get squished in the middle. A z-score is a way to measure and get a metric all the way across this, typically on a scale from -3 to +3. If my school had a z-score for one particular subject area of -1.156, that would place us right about here along the bell curve. It would place us somewhere around the 20th percentile, well below average. A z-score of +0.5765 would place us well above the average, somewhere around the 72nd percentile. So if you look back at the two that I've indicated here, this one tells us that our writing scores are well below average. One that's well above average is indicated in green. So you can see now that this report gives us a quick glance at our accountability scores overall on the top bar, and then broken down by subject with each of those down below. Now another nice new feature of MISchoolData is what's called the top 30 bottom 30 analysis. Now we're also still under Dashboard and Accountability Scorecard, but now we're in the second row of the top tabs. Now what this will do for us is it'll allow us to disaggregate data in our bottom 30 versus top 30 by ethnicity, by program, now that's English language learners, students with disabilities, economically disadvantaged, and homeless. We can also separate by gender, and last but not least, we can separate by grade level. That would be important for an elementary or middle school building and not so much for a high school. Let's see what this looks like. Here I've got the bottom 30, top 30 analysis by race and ethnicity. You can see I've got a disaggregation of different races, and normally what I would look for is I would look for a bottom 30, a middle 40, or top 30. And I can see the percentages if one's skewed one way or the other. If you want to be a little bit more careful than just looking at the overall, how many students is this? We can find out by the table right below. Will tell us how many students are in each and every category. Now if I did not have a login and there's less than 10 students, the difference between the login and the non-login, I'll have just less than 10. That's the way the data is suppressed here. I can move down to program participation, and I can see overall what's going on with different subgroups within my school by program. And then again down below I've got the numbers. I can see a breakdown of the two genders, male versus female, to see if I have any gender equity issues. And last but not least, you can track cohorts moving through, because this school would be 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. I can see if I have relative strengths and weaknesses from one school year to the next. One quick warning is that some of the data will look skewed in a graph if there's less than 10 participants in a category. I can always check with the data table down below to see if this is significant for my individual situation. Before we're done here, take a moment please to click on the survey below. There's a link at bit.ly/MISchoolData. The session name is Advanced Webinar number 2. If you have questions, contact any of these below at JCISD Learning Services. Thank you.